Hi, everyone, and welcome to the Wicked Bee of the West YouTube channel. My name is Dr. Stephanie Diana Eubank. I teach business administration over at Stan State. I also am the founder and operator of Wicked Bee of the West Business Consulting. So, I want to talk about a really interesting thing that honestly inspired me to talk about this from TikTok. On TikTok, there is a particular content creator who I've cited in my blog. Um, who comments on a UCLA sociology professor that's alleged for fixating on catching students cheating. And where that is part of the academic process to make sure that students are upholding the values and ethics of the university that they're attending, it brings up a really interesting principle, especially when we think about education as a business and business in general. And me be teaching business at the collegiate level makes me uniquely situated to discuss this. And the issue is leaders that spend too much time focusing on trying to catch their teams and employees doing things that they believe they should not be doing. So, trying to catch them gaining the system or trying to cheat the company, basically focusing too much uh, on the negative or making any minor mistake. When we do this, this honestly says more about leadership than it does about the team. And it truly hurts morale and productivity. It can also hinder your process and procedure and your turn times. Not to mention, this can enhance your overall turnover of employees leaving your company or your particular department. And this is a form of micromanagement. And this hyper-vigilance really, really stifles creativity in the workplace, especially when you're dealing with our economy, which is based on creative problem solving. And focusing so much on that makes it so that those in leadership are not focusing enough on those who are actually doing good work and showing their worth, which again hurts your organizational culture, the morale, and overall performance of all of your workers. So, practical ways that you can better support your team instead of hyperfixating on negative gotcha moments is, especially for remote teams, using collaborative tools like Microsoft Teams or Zoom to create transparency without surveillance. Giving that surveillance vibe again is micromanagement and says more negatively about you as a leader than of your team. Again, focusing on outcomes, not necessarily screen time. I've said it before and I'll say it again, especially coming from somebody who has worked remotely for over 13 years, wrote a dissertation about it, and has studied about it for longer than it's polite to say. In remote work, many jobs should be looked at towards more of a salary role because, again, those who work in a remote modality tend to be more productive than those who work in person, just because they have a better ability to focus. There is also research to support that those who are neurodivergent or other disabilities have more comfort and freedom in remote work environments. And again, supporting your remote teams is a great way to help support your overall organization. Another great way for helping to better support your remote teams is have virtual coffee breaks and wellness check-ins. Just, hey, I want to schedule a little break with you just to shoot the breeze, talk about what's going on with you so that you actually get to know your team. Kind of a callback to traditional business where bosses knew all of their team members, their partners, their children, their dogs' names, their things that they do for fun outside of the workplace. They actually knew their team, which is a great way to build trust and camaraderie. For now, hybrid teams have a different set of issues with regards to what they're dealing with in the workplace. So supporting them is just a little bit different. Again, creating flexible policies with respect to remote and in-office needs, encouraging autonomy, uh, using shared calendars so that, again, there's more visibility rather than constant monitoring. You can also foster communication with feedback loops. Recognition of achievements publicly is a great way to increase trust and morale, and avoid the hovering whether you're in remote or in person for the hybrid people. And again, better alternatives to policing your team is, again, having more transparency and giving them more autonomy. This also gives some of the stress of management into the hands of those being managed, which is called shared leadership. And it's a great way for leaders to be able to do more of the administrative work they should be doing rather than focusing on gotcha moments. That's all I have for you for today. Remember, be sure to like and subscribe. You can also find links to my content on social media. And as always, remember, remote work, it's here to stay.